The water was quiet that night. Not the kind of quiet that feels empty, but the kind that feels like something is waiting. Far out across the endless ocean, where the moon painted soft silver lines on the gentle waves, a small research boat drifted slowly forward. The engine hummed low, almost like a whisper, as if it did not want to disturb the deep. No one on the boat spoke loudly. Everyone felt it. That strange feeling. As if the sea was about to share a secret it had kept for thousands of years. And no one yet knew what that secret was. The cool night air brushed softly against the faces of the travelers. Above them, the sky was full of calm stars, glowing slowly like peaceful lanterns. Below them, the dark water stretched down into mystery. Somewhere beneath those quiet waves, the lost city of Atlantis was believed to rest. No one had ever proven it. Many had searched. Most had returned with nothing. But tonight felt different. Dr. Elias Moore stood near the edge of the boat, holding a warm cup of tea in both hands. The steam rose gently into the cold air. His eyes were calm, yet filled with gentle wonder. He had spent his whole life studying old stories. Stories of a beautiful city made of shining stone. Stories of tall towers that touched the clouds. Stories of glowing crystals that lit the streets. Stories of a place so advanced, so peaceful, that it felt almost like a dream. Atlantis. Some said it was only a legend. Others believed it was real. And deep inside, Elias had always believed the ocean was quietly protecting it. Behind him, his small team moved slowly and carefully. Lena, the deep-sea navigator, checked the glowing screens that showed the ocean floor far below. Marcus, the engineer, gently adjusted the controls of the underwater drone that rested on the deck. Soft lights blinked. Quiet machines hummed. Everything felt calm. Everything felt ready. Yet no one rushed. Because something about this moment asked for patience. Lena looked up from her screen. "Dr. Moore," she said softly, her voice almost blending with the sound of the waves. "We're close to the location from the ancient maps." Elias turned slowly. His eyes met hers. "How close?" he asked gently. "Just a few minutes," Lena replied. "The depth here is deeper than most places." Elias nodded. He slowly walked toward the glowing monitor. The screen showed a wide dark space beneath the boat. Mountains of stone. Deep valleys. Long stretches of sand. All silent. All waiting. Somewhere down there, if the stories were true, Atlantis was hidden. Marcus cleared his throat quietly. "You really think we'll find something tonight?" he asked. Elias smiled softly. "I don't know," he said honestly. "But the ocean has a way of speaking when we listen long enough." The boat drifted gently as Lena guided it into position. The moonlight shimmered on the water's surface. Time seemed to slow. The world felt peaceful. Yet beneath that peace was a gentle pull of curiosity. What was hiding below? What had been lost so long ago? Why had the sea chosen to keep it secret? The underwater drone was slowly lowered into the dark water. Its soft lights glowed like tiny stars as it disappeared beneath the surface. On the screen, bubbles floated upward. Then, darkness. For a moment, only shadows filled the monitor. The drone moved deeper. The water grew darker. Quieter. Still. The soft hum of the machine was the only sound. Everyone leaned closer. Their breathing slow. Their hearts calm yet curious. The drone passed large rocks covered in gentle ocean plants that waved slowly like underwater grass. Small fish glided peacefully through the light. Everything looked normal. Just the ocean floor. Just nature. Then suddenly, something changed. Lena's eyes widened slightly. "Wait," she whispered. The screen began to show shapes that did not look natural. Straight lines. Smooth surfaces. Tall forms rising from the sand. Elias leaned closer. His breath caught softly in his chest. The drone moved forward slowly. And there it was. A massive stone wall, covered in glowing blue plants that shimmered gently in the dark water. The wall stretched far to the left, far to the right, like the edge of a forgotten city. No one spoke. No one moved. Even the ocean seemed to hold its breath. Marcus finally whispered, "That's not natural." Elias nodded slowly. "Stone like that doesn't form on its own." The drone glided closer. The light revealed tall pillars standing in rows. Some had fallen. Some still stood proudly. Beautiful carvings were etched into the stone. Swirling shapes. Symbols that looked like stars, waves, and light. It was quiet. Peaceful. But powerful. Like a memory frozen in time. Elias felt a warmth rise in his chest. "Atlantis," he whispered. Lena's voice trembled softly. "We found it." But as soon as those words were spoken, something even more curious appeared. Beyond the pillars, a wide street opened up. Stone paths stretched forward, disappearing into darkness. On each side stood tall buildings. Some were broken. Some still stood tall, like silent guardians. The drone drifted slowly down the ancient road. Soft glowing plants lit the path like peaceful lanterns. The city looked calm. Not scary. Not dangerous. Just quiet. Like it was sleeping. Waiting. Elias felt tears gently touch his eyes. "All these years," he said softly. It was real. But questions filled his mind. Why had the city sunk? What had happened to the people? Had they escaped? Or had the ocean taken everything? The drone moved deeper into the city, passing a large open square. In the center stood a tall tower made of crystal-like stone. It shimmered faintly, even after so many years underwater. Light seemed to glow from within it. Lena gasped softly. "That tower," she said. "It's still glowing. How is that possible?" Marcus whispered. Elias watched carefully. That must have been their energy source. The legend spoke of powerful crystals. The drone floated closer. The glow became brighter, warmer, almost welcoming. The tower stood tall and peaceful. And for a moment, it felt like the city was alive. Not moving, not breathing, but gently remembering. Elias felt a deep calm settle over him. "This place isn't dead," he said quietly. "It's resting." As the drone circled the tower, something else caught their attention. A large doorway at the base, wide enough for many people to walk through. Inside, darkness, but faint light pulsed slowly within, like a heartbeat. Lena swallowed softly. "Should we go inside?" she asked. Elias hesitated for a moment. his heart filled with gentle excitement and calm curiosity. "Yes," he said slowly. "Let's see what Atlantis has been hiding." The drone moved forward, closer to the doorway. The light inside grew brighter. Shadows danced across the stone walls. The ancient entrance looked peaceful, inviting, yet mysterious. What waited inside? A hall of knowledge? A hidden power? A story frozen in time? The drone crossed the threshold. And as it did, the screen flickered softly. The glow inside pulsed once, twice, then steadied, revealing a wide chamber filled with glowing crystals floating gently in the water. They shone in soft blues, greens, and golds. The light was warm, comforting, beautiful. The room felt like the heart of the city. Elias whispered in awe, "This must have been their center, the soul of Atlantis." But something else appeared in the far corner of the chamber. A shape. Large. Smooth. Like a door sealed long ago. Symbols covered its surface. The same symbols seen on the pillars. Stars. Waves. Light. And at the center, a symbol shaped like a circle with a glowing point inside. Lena leaned closer to the screen. "What do you think that is?" Elias's voice was soft. "A message or a lock?" Marcus frowned gently. "A lock to what?" Elias didn't answer right away. His eyes were fixed on the glowing symbol. What was hidden behind that door? Why had it been sealed? Was it protecting something? Or hiding something? The ocean remained quiet. The city remained calm. Yet the gentle curiosity grew stronger. Like a story slowly opening. Like a secret about to be revealed. The drone hovered silently in front of the sealed door. The glowing crystals pulsed softly around it. The ancient city watched quietly, waiting. And as the light reflected across the stone walls, one thought filled every mind on the boat. This was only the beginning. Atlantis had been found. But its story was far from told. And whatever waited behind that ancient door was about to change everything. The ocean whispered softly. The city slept gently. And curiosity wrapped around the moment like a warm blanket. What would happen next? What secrets would Atlantis reveal? And why had it waited so long? For this very night? The soft glow from the crystal chamber filled the screen like gentle moonlight underwater. The sealed door stood quietly, covered in ancient symbols that shimmered faintly with every pulse of light around it. No one spoke for a long moment. The ocean outside the drone remained calm. The city of Atlantis rested peacefully. Yet inside every heart on the boat, curiosity slowly grew. Elias breathed slowly, feeling the steady rhythm of the moment. "It feels like this door has been waiting," he whispered. "Waiting for someone to arrive." Lena nodded gently. "The glow is changing, slowly." The symbol at the center of the door began to shine brighter, not harsh, but warm, like a sunrise behind clouds. The crystals floating in the chamber drifted closer together, forming a soft circle around the door. Marcus watched carefully. "It's like the city knows we're here." The drone hovered quietly as the light pulsed again. Slow. Calm. Then, with a gentle movement, the stone door began to slide open. Not suddenly. Not loudly. But slowly, as if waking from a long sleep. A soft wave of glowing water drifted outward. Beyond the doorway appeared a long hallway made of smooth crystal walls. The walls glowed faintly with soft colors, blue, green, and gold. The floor was clear and polished like glass. The hallway stretched far into the distance. Quiet. Peaceful. Inviting. Elias felt a peaceful warmth spread through his chest. "Let's go slowly," he said softly. The drone moved forward. As it entered the hallway, the crystals along the walls gently brightened, lighting the path ahead like soft lanterns. It felt like the city was guiding them, welcoming them. The hallway curved gently to the left, then slowly to the right, passing tall crystal pillars that shimmered with reflections of light. Tiny fish glided peacefully between the glowing walls. Everything felt alive in a quiet way. The drone floated calmly, as if carried by the rhythm of the ocean. Lena smiled softly. "It's beautiful," she whispered. "Yes," Elias said. "And so calm, like a dream." They continued forward. After a while, the hallway opened into a wide space, a massive underground garden. Huge glowing plants rose from the stone floor. Soft crystal flowers bloomed slowly, opening and closing in gentle rhythms. Long vines drifted peacefully through the water. In the center of the garden stood a tall crystal fountain. Water flowed upward in soft streams, glowing as it moved, then gently falling back down like shining rain. Marcus stared in wonder. How could this still be working after so many years? Elias spoke calmly. "The crystal energy, it must still be alive." The drone moved closer to the fountain. The glow was warm, comforting. The water seemed to hum softly, like a peaceful song. Elias closed his eyes for a moment, letting the calm wash over him. "This place was meant to bring peace," he said quietly. Lena nodded. "It feels safe." The drone floated slowly around the garden. Stone benches lined the edges. Smooth paths curved gently through glowing plants. It looked like a place where people once walked slowly, talking softly, enjoying the beauty around them. Elias imagined families strolling, children laughing quietly, elders sitting peacefully by the glowing fountain. Atlantis had not just been advanced. It had been gentle. But then something caught Lena's attention. "Over there," she whispered. At the far side of the garden stood a wide crystal archway. Beyond it was another chamber, darker than the garden, but softly glowing. The drone drifted toward the archway. As it crossed through, the light shifted. This chamber was large and round. The walls were covered in glowing murals. Pictures made of crystal light. They showed scenes of the ancient city. Tall towers shining under the sun. Flying crystal vehicles gliding above the streets. People wearing flowing robes, smiling peacefully. Children playing in glowing parks. Elias watched in silence. "These are their memories," he said softly. "The story of Atlantis." The drone moved slowly along the wall. The murals began to change. Now they showed dark clouds forming over the city. The ocean growing restless. Waves rising high. People looking worried. The sky turning gray. The next scene showed the ground shaking. Cracks forming in the city. Buildings leaning. People running calmly, helping each other. Not panicking. Guiding one another. The light dimmed slightly. The murals showed the city slowly sinking. Water rushing in. The towers disappearing beneath the waves. But something peaceful remained in every image. There was no fear, only calm acceptance. They knew it was coming, Marcus whispered. Elias nodded slowly. Yes, and they prepared. The final mural showed glowing crystal ships rising from the city, carrying people upward toward the sky, away from the sinking land. And below, the city slowly resting beneath the ocean. Hidden, protected, silent. They escaped, Lena said softly. Most of them did. Yes, Elias replied. Atlantis wasn't destroyed, it was hidden. The drone hovered quietly in the center of the chamber. The glow from the murals slowly softened. Everything felt peaceful again. But one mural remained glowing brighter than the others. It showed a large crystal structure beneath the city, deep underground, shining brightly, with energy flowing through the entire city. That must be the heart of Atlantis, Marcus said. The power source. Elias stared calmly. And perhaps the reason it still sleeps so peacefully. The mural slowly faded, and a new doorway appeared where the glowing image had been. Another path deeper into the city. The glow beyond it was stronger, warmer, like a gentle sunrise underwater. The drone turned slowly toward the new opening. Curiosity gently pulled them forward again. What was hidden deeper? What powered the city for so long? What secrets still waited? Lena took a slow breath. Do we go on? Elias smiled softly. Yes, slowly. The drone moved forward, passing through the doorway. The path led downward this time. A gentle slope made of smooth crystal. Light pulsed softly along the walls. The water felt warmer, more comforting, almost like entering a peaceful dream. As they descended, the glow became brighter and brighter, until at last, the path opened into a massive underground chamber. At the center floated a giant crystal sphere, larger than any building, glowing with soft golden light. Streams of energy flowed from it like gentle rivers of light, connecting to smaller crystals around the room. The entire chamber hummed softly, like a peaceful heartbeat. This is it, Elias whispered. The heart of Atlantis. The crystal glowed calmly, warm, alive. The crystal revealed scenes of people living peacefully, teaching children, studying the stars, building glowing structures, sharing food, laughing softly. Then it showed the great flood approaching, the people gathering calmly, preparing their crystal ships, holding hands, smiling gently, and finally, leaving their beloved city behind. Tears softly filled Elias's eyes. They loved this place, he whispered. They saved each other and left the city to sleep. The crystal pulsed gently, as if listening, as if remembering, as if thanking them for coming. Then slowly, a new image formed inside the glowing sphere. A future vision. The city rising again. Sunlight touching its towers. People returning. Children playing once more. Atlantis waking from its long sleep. Lena gasped softly. Is it showing what will happen? Elias breathed calmly. Perhaps one day, when the world is ready. The glow softened. The images faded. The chamber returned to peaceful light. The crystal heart hummed quietly. Strong. Alive. Protecting the sleeping city. The drone hovered in silence. Wrapped in calm. Wrapped in wonder. Atlantis was not just lost. It was waiting. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for peace. Waiting for the future. Elias smiled gently. We've seen enough for tonight, he said softly. The city is safe. Lena nodded. It feels like it trusted us. Marcus whispered, and it shared its story. The drone slowly turned back toward the glowing path. The chamber light dimmed gently behind them. The heart of Atlantis continued its calm pulse. The city remained asleep. Peaceful. Hidden. Yet full of life. As the drone began its slow journey upward, one gentle thought filled their minds. Atlantis had not disappeared. It had simply been resting, waiting beneath the calm ocean, guarded by time, protected by light. And somewhere deep within, its heart still beat softly. What else might the city hold? What other secrets might still sleep in its quiet streets? And when would Atlantis rise again? The ocean whispered softly. The lights glowed gently, and curiosity wrapped around the moment like a warm blanket. The journey was far from over. The drone floated closer. The light reflected beautifully across the water. The chamber felt safe, peaceful, timeless. But as the drone hovered near the giant crystal, something unexpected happened. The glow slowly shifted, and within the crystal, shapes began to form. Not reflections, but images, moving gently, like memories coming alive. Elias leaned closer. What is it showing? The drone moved slowly through the glowing crystal hallway once again, leaving behind the warm heart of Atlantis. Soft light followed it like a gentle guide. The underwater city remained quiet, peaceful, almost breathing, as if it were alive in a slow, calm dream. The soft hum of the drone blended with the gentle rhythm of the ocean. Elias sat quietly on the boat, eyes focused on the screen, his breathing slow and steady. It feels like the city is showing us what it wants us to see, he whispered. Lena nodded calmly. Every path opens just in time. The glowing tunnel curved gently upward, leading them toward higher parts of Atlantis. Along the walls, tiny crystal lights shimmered like stars in a peaceful sky. Small fish drifted slowly, not afraid, moving in calm circles. The drone floated smoothly. Soon, the tunnel opened into another wide area. This place felt different. Brighter. More open. The ceiling rose high above, forming a large dome made of clear crystal. Above it, the ocean shimmered softly, letting faint moonlight filter through. It felt like standing beneath a glowing underwater sky. Below the dome lay a peaceful residential area. Small homes made of smooth stone and crystal-lined curved streets. Each home had gentle glowing windows. Soft light drifted out, even though no one lived there anymore. It's like they just left yesterday, Marcus whispered. Elias smiled softly. They built everything to last, and to stay beautiful. The drone floated slowly down one of the streets. Glowing plants lined the paths. Crystal lanterns hung from curved poles. Everything was calm, organized, gentle. They passed a small park where crystal trees stood tall. Their leaves glowed softly, swaying gently in the water. Stone benches surrounded a glowing pond in the center. Tiny glowing fish swam slowly inside. Elias imagined people sitting there in the past, talking softly, watching their children play, enjoying the peaceful life. Atlantis was not just a powerful city, it was a gentle home. The drone drifted toward a larger building at the end of the street. Its doors were wide and open. Inside, soft light glowed warmly. The drone moved closer. Crossing inside, they found a large hall filled with crystal shelves. Each shelf held glowing objects, small crystals, scroll-like tablets, and floating light symbols. "This must be a library," Lena whispered. "A place of knowledge." The drone glided slowly through the hall. The glowing tablets displayed moving images when the light touched them. Scenes of the stars, the ocean currents, maps of the world. Elias watched in wonder. They stored knowledge and light. One tablet showed people studying the sky. Another showed scientists gently guiding crystal energy into machines. Another showed children learning peacefully. They were far ahead of their time, Marcus said quietly. "Yes," Elias replied. "But they used their power gently." As the drone moved deeper into the library, one glowing tablet shone brighter than the others. It floated slowly forward, almost as if calling them. The screen filled with moving images. It showed the early days of Atlantis. A small island rising from the ocean. People arriving peacefully. Building homes. Growing crystal gardens. Learning to use the energy of the earth and stars. The city slowly growing larger and brighter. The image then shifted. It showed the leaders of Atlantis gathering around the giant crystal heart. They looked calm but serious. The ocean around the island was becoming restless. Storms were growing stronger. The earth beneath was shifting. "They saw the danger coming," Lena said softly. "Yes," Elias agreed. "They prepared." The tablet showed people building the crystal ships. Training calmly. Teaching children. Storing knowledge in glowing libraries. Preparing escape routes beneath the city. Then it showed the final peaceful departure. Families boarding glowing ships. Holding hands. Looking back at their beautiful city with love. The city slowly sinking beneath the waves. But protected. Hidden. Preserved. Elias felt warmth and sadness together. "They didn't fight the ocean," he whispered. "They worked with it." The glowing tablet slowly dimmed and floated back to its place. The library returned to its calm glow. The drone drifted slowly out of the building, back into the peaceful streets. Curiosity gently pulled them onward, toward another part of the city. In the distance, beyond the homes, stood a tall structure rising higher than the others. Its shape was smooth and curved, like a crystal mountain. Soft light flowed up its sides like glowing water. "That must be important," Marcus said. The drone moved toward the tall structure. As it came closer, they saw wide steps leading up. Each step glowed softly. The drone floated upward slowly, reaching a large platform at the top. At the center stood a wide open space. Around it were smooth stone seats arranged in circles. It looked like a gathering place, a council hall, a place where people met. The walls around the space glowed with moving images again. They showed people speaking calmly, listening, sharing ideas, solving problems together. "They ruled peacefully," Lena whispered. Elias nodded. They valued wisdom over power. One mural showed the leaders deciding to leave the city, not in fear, but in calm acceptance. Another showed them sealing the city with crystal energy to protect it from damage. Another showed them programming the crystal heart to keep the city alive. They made Atlantis sleep, Marcus said softly. Yes, Elias replied. Until the world was safe again. The drone hovered quietly, wrapped in the calm history of the city. Everything about Atlantis felt thoughtful, gentle, peaceful. But then something new appeared. A soft glowing path lit up on the floor, leading away from the council hall, toward a darker part of the city. The glow pulsed slowly, like a gentle invitation. Lena looked at Elias. It's guiding us again. Yes, he said quietly. There's more. The drone followed the glowing path, leaving the bright central areas behind. The light slowly dimmed as they moved farther. The buildings grew fewer, the streets wider and emptier, the glow from the plants softer. The ocean felt deeper here, colder, quieter. The path led them to the edge of the city, where tall stone walls curved around. Beyond them, darkness. But at the center of the wall stood a massive gate. Closed. Sealed. The gate was made of thick crystal stone, covered in glowing symbols, similar to the sealed door they had seen earlier, but larger, much larger. The glow from the symbols pulsed gently, slow, calm. What is this place? Marcus whispered. Elias studied the gate carefully. This might be the outer seal, protecting Atlantis from the deep ocean. The drone hovered closer. The symbols shimmered. The water around them felt warm again, like energy flowed from the gate. It feels powerful, Lena said softly. Yes, Elias agreed. And ancient. As the drone floated near the center symbol, it glowed brighter. And slowly, the gate began to move, not opening fully, but just enough to reveal something beyond. A narrow gap formed. Through it, they saw something unexpected. Not darkness, but light. Bright, warm, golden light. Beyond the gate was a wide open space, filled with glowing water, floating crystal islands, streams of light flowing gently through the air like soft ribbons. It looked like a hidden world within the ocean, another part of Atlantis, or something even older. What is that place? Lena whispered. Elias's voice was calm but filled with wonder. Perhaps the first sanctuary, the original heart of their world. The gate paused, holding its position, not fully open, as if waiting, testing, curious. The light beyond shimmered gently. The hidden space looked peaceful, beautiful, inviting, but also mysterious. What secrets lived beyond that gate? Why was this place sealed away? Was it the birthplace of Atlantis? Or a safe place even deeper than the city? The drone hovered silently. The team watched in calm awe. The ocean remained still. The city glowed softly behind them. The hidden world shimmered gently ahead. Curiosity wrapped around the moment once again. What would happen if the gate opened further? What waited inside that glowing space? And why had Atlantis hidden it so carefully? The gentle mystery grew deeper. The story grew wider. The peaceful journey continued. The glowing gate remained slightly open, holding a narrow space between its massive crystal doors. Soft golden light flowed gently through the opening, spreading across the stone path like warm sunlight underwater. The hidden world beyond shimmered quietly. Floating crystal islands drifted slowly in the glowing water. Streams of light moved gently through the space like soft ribbons in the air. Everything felt calm, peaceful, alive. Elias watched with slow breathing, his heart filled with wonder. "It feels like a sacred place," he whispered. Lena nodded softly. "Like the beginning of something." The drone hovered closer. As it did, the symbols on the gate glowed brighter. Not harsh, not frightening, just warm and welcoming. Slowly, very slowly, the gate opened wider. The massive crystal doors slid apart with a soft hum. The golden light poured outward, revealing the hidden world fully. Beyond the gate lay a vast glowing ocean chamber. Not dark like the deep sea, but bright and gentle. The water shimmered like liquid sunlight. Floating islands of crystal and stone drifted peacefully. Some were covered in glowing plants. Others held small crystal buildings. Streams of energy flowed between them like glowing rivers. "It's beautiful," Marcus whispered. "It feels like a dream." Elias smiled softly. "This may be where Atlantis began." The drone moved forward carefully, crossing the gate's threshold. As it entered the hidden world, the light adjusted gently, surrounding the drone in a warm glow. The water felt calmer, smoother, almost like floating in warm air instead of water. The drone glided slowly toward the nearest floating island. On it stood a small crystal garden. Glowing flowers opened and closed softly. Crystal trees shimmered gently. The drone floated closer. At the center of the island stood a tall stone monument, carved with symbols of stars, waves, and light. Elias studied the symbols. "These are older than the city," he said quietly. "They tell of the first people who found this place." The drone moved closer to the monument. The symbols began to glow softly, forming moving images in the air above. They showed travelers arriving long ago on crystal ships, finding this glowing chamber beneath the ocean, discovering powerful crystal energy flowing naturally here, building small homes on floating islands, living peacefully with the ocean around them. "They built Atlantis above this place," Lena whispered. "Yes," Elias said. "This was their sanctuary, their source of life." The images shifted. They showed the city growing above, the crystal heart being built to carry energy upward, connecting the hidden world to Atlantis. The two places living together in balance. Then the images showed storms growing stronger, the earth shifting, the people realizing the city above could not remain. But the hidden world was safer, protected by crystal energy. "They moved the city's power here," Marcus said softly. "Yes," Elias replied, "and sealed both places to protect them." The glowing images slowly faded. The monument returned to quiet stone. The floating island drifted gently. The drone continued deeper into the hidden world, passing glowing streams of energy, swimming gently between floating islands. Everything felt peaceful, like a secret paradise. They passed small crystal homes that glowed softly. Some had doors open. Inside were peaceful rooms with glowing tables, crystal beds, and floating lights. Elias imagined families once living there, listening to the soft hum of energy, watching glowing fish swim by, sleeping peacefully in the warm light. It must have been a calm life, Lena said quietly. Yes, Elias agreed. They lived in harmony with the ocean. The drone drifted toward the center of the hidden world, where the light was brightest. There, floating above the glowing water, was a massive crystal structure, different from the heart of Atlantis. This one was shaped like a blooming flower. Each crystal petal shimmered softly. Energy flowed from its center like gentle waves of light. "This is older than the city," Elias whispered. "The original crystal source." The drone floated closer. The warm glow surrounded it completely. The light felt comforting, safe, almost like a warm embrace. The crystal petals slowly opened wider, revealing a glowing core at the center. Inside, soft swirling light moved calmly, like a slow, peaceful storm of color. Elias watched with gentle awe. This is where their power began. Suddenly, the light formed images once again, not on walls, but floating gently in the air. They showed the early people learning to shape crystal energy, using it to grow plants, clean water, build homes, travel across the seas. The images then showed them using the energy carefully, never taking too much, always keeping balance. They respected the power, Marcus said softly. Yes, Elias replied. That's why the city lived so long in peace. The images changed. They showed the leaders deciding to seal the hidden world, protecting the crystal source, locking it away from danger, preserving it for the future. They didn't want the power to be misused, Lena whispered. The crystal light pulsed gently, as if agreeing, as if remembering. Then slowly, the images faded. The glowing flower-shaped crystal closed its petals slightly, returning to its calm resting state. The hidden world continued its peaceful glow. The drone hovered quietly. Everything felt complete, as if the story of Atlantis was now fully understood. But then, a soft ripple of light passed through the chamber. The floating islands drifted slightly closer together. The energy streams shimmered brighter. Something was changing. Elias noticed first. The light, it's responding to us. The crystal flower glowed brighter. The golden water shimmered. The entire hidden world pulsed softly. Not dangerously, but warmly, almost joyfully. It's waking up, Marcus whispered. Yes, Elias said calmly. Or recognizing us. A gentle beam of light formed from the crystal flower, stretching slowly toward the drone. It touched the drone softly. The screen filled with warm glow. For a moment, everything was light. Then, a final image appeared, a vision of the future. The ocean calm, the storms quiet, the world peaceful. Atlantis slowly rising from the depths, the hidden world glowing brighter. People returning, children laughing, the city shining under the sun once more. The vision slowly faded. The light softened. The hidden world returned to its peaceful state. Elias felt tears of joy gently form. It's waiting, he whispered. waiting for the right time. Lena smiled softly. It showed us hope. The drone slowly drifted backward, leaving the glowing crystal flower behind, moving through the floating islands toward the open gate. The golden light gently dimmed as they approached the edge. The gate slowly began to close, not sealing forever, but resting, protecting the hidden world once again. The last glow slipped away, and the massive crystal doors softly met, sealing the sanctuary in calm silence. The drone hovered quietly before the closed gate. The city of Atlantis glowed softly behind them. Everything felt peaceful, complete. Yet one thought remained. Atlantis was not gone. It was alive, resting, waiting, protected by light, by balance, by time. Elias took a slow breath. We've seen their beginning and their hope. Lena nodded. And now we know why the city sleeps so peacefully. Marcus whispered, it's being guarded. The drone slowly turned back toward the glowing streets of Atlantis. The journey through the hidden world had ended. But the story was not yet finished. What would happen next? Would Atlantis remain hidden forever? Or would the time come for it to rise again? The ocean remained calm. The city glowed softly. Curiosity gently wrapped around the moment once more, like a warm blanket before sleep. The drone drifted slowly back through the glowing streets of Atlantis, moving gently like a leaf floating on calm water. Soft crystal lights shimmered along the curved paths. The quiet homes glowed peacefully. The tall towers stood silently, watching over the sleeping city. Everything felt calm, complete, like a dream reaching its final moments. Elias sat quietly, his breathing slow and steady. The story of Atlantis now lived gently in his heart. We should begin heading back, he whispered softly. Lena nodded. Yes, the city has shared enough. The drone followed the wide stone road toward the edge of the city, passing the glowing gardens, the peaceful fountain, the crystal library. Each place shimmered softly, as if gently saying goodbye. The drone floated past the council hall once more. The glowing murals now rested quietly, no longer moving, like memories returning to sleep. Marcus smiled softly. It feels like the city knows we're leaving. Yes, Elias said calmly. And it feels thankful. The path led back toward the original crystal hallway. The soft glowing lights along the walls guided them gently upward. The drone moved slowly, peacefully, as if Atlantis itself was helping them find the way out. The tunnel opened back into the chamber where the sealed door had first opened. The glowing crystals floated quietly. The ancient stone walls shimmered gently. Everything felt calm. The sealed door stood once again at the far end. Closed. Silent. Resting. Elias watched quietly. We were meant to see it, he whispered. And now it will sleep again. The drone turned away from the chamber, floating back toward the open streets, following the path that led upward, toward the ocean above. As it rose slowly, the glowing city slowly faded into soft blue light. The towers became gentle shadows. The crystal lights dimmed like stars at dawn. Atlantis slowly disappeared beneath the peaceful darkness of the deep. Yet it did not feel lost. It felt protected, wrapped in calm, waiting. The drone continued upward, passing glowing plants, swimming gently past peaceful fish. The water grew cooler, darker, quieter. The soft hum of the drone remained steady. Above, faint moonlight shimmered. The surface of the ocean slowly came into view. The drone rose carefully, breaking through the water with gentle bubbles. Moonlight reflected off its surface. The stars above glowed softly. The research boat floated quietly. The ocean calmed once more. Lena guided the drone safely back onto the deck. The team stood quietly for a moment, listening to the soft sound of waves, breathing slowly, letting the peaceful experience settle into their hearts. No one rushed to speak. The night felt gentle, warm, despite the cool air. Finally, Marcus whispered, "Do you think anyone will believe us?" Elias smiled softly. "Maybe not right away," he said calmly. "But that's okay. The city doesn't need the world to rush to it." Lena nodded. "It will rise when the time is right." "Yes," Elias agreed. "When the world is peaceful enough to welcome it." They sat quietly on the deck, wrapped in blankets, watching the moon drift slowly across the sky. The ocean whispered softly around the boat. The stars shimmered like tiny lanterns. Elias closed his eyes for a moment. He could still see the glowing streets, the floating islands, the crystal heart, the hidden sanctuary, all resting peacefully beneath the waves. Atlantis was not gone. It was sleeping, dreaming, waiting for a kinder world, waiting for calm times, waiting for harmony. Lena poured warm tea for everyone. The steam rose gently into the cool night air. They sipped slowly, feeling peaceful, grateful, connected to something ancient and beautiful. The boat slowly began its journey back toward shore. The engine hummed softly, not loud, not rushing, just moving steadily through the calm water. Behind them, the ocean closed gently over the hidden city, covering Atlantis once again in peaceful silence. But its light remained alive below, its heart still beating softly, its story now shared. As the boat drifted away, Elias whispered quietly, "Sleep well, Atlantis." The waves responded with a gentle rhythm, like a lullaby. The stars continued their slow dance across the sky. The moon glowed softly. The world felt calm, safe, peaceful. And somewhere deep beneath the ocean, the lost city of Atlantis rested quietly, wrapped in glowing light, protected by time, dreaming of the day it would rise again. But for now, it slept, just like the gentle waves, just like the peaceful night, just like the quiet heart, breathing slowly, softly, calmly. The ocean whispered its lullaby. The boat drifted peacefully onward, and the story gently came to rest.